And now we have to fix it. We got to teach our children how to fix it. And it seems like the tribal people that call themselves leaders now, they're not even trying, man. They're totally against that. Um, these wages that they get, they give themselves. It's the first time that ever happened to them. They're like kids in a candy store. That's like a personal ATM. There's elders out here, man, need help. There's elders out here need food, man. They need help with their bills. They need help, man. And you guys don't care. The ancestors are watching. That you don't care. Waharika is watching. That you don't care. A tribal leader is not a tribal leader until he accomplishes that servantship, that apprenticeship of being a servant first. And then if you're a good servant to the people, then they call you their leader. If you're not a good servant, and you're not helping the people, well, they have no respect for you. That energy doesn't go anyplace, man. Now, all these people all around California that are being disenrolled, they got families. And all the families are mad now because it's happening more and more in tribes. They're trying to kick out more and more people and telling the other people, we're going to have more money, you know. And we kicked out about 60, 70 people. It never raised our per capita. It raised their wage, the board's wage. It didn't raise our per capita. It raised their wage, and they went more trips, go to Tijuana, and they go all over the place and party and use our money, use the elders' money and the kids' money, their education money and the elders' money. They use that just to party, get drunk, and fight. And if we even say a dirty word in the casino, we're kicked out. Us, our family. They can fight, beat people up, hit people with bottles. They hide the tapes and nothing happens. It's sickening. To me, that's not native. That's not what you want to call Pomo, I guess, but it's not that. It's not a human being. Human beings don't do that to each other. Human beings have respect for each other. Human beings will try to help each other. Human beings don't kick other human beings out of their tule hut. Our people never did do that. You know? That'd be something really, to them, to us, it would be really dumb and stupid. To our culture, it would be really dumb and stupid to try something like that in a village. You know, unless these people were bad people. But other than that, man, they wouldn't. It's taboo to do that, man, you know? We're in it together. We're one people. We're not separate. And what I'm finding out, I have nothing against half-breeds because I got them in my family, my grandkids. But it seems like we have a secretary treasurer that is half from Mexico and half here. And when we were building this res, that little girl was walking around with her daddy in Mexico someplace. And now he got with her mama and had her, and now she's a tribal member, and now she's telling and signing these papers to kick and disenroll people, and one of them was the only Pomo speaking woman in our tribe, and she was full Indian. This little half Mexican girl did it. That was so sad, man. That little girl doesn't get paid back somehow so bad. The energy that she created for herself is going to come back on her. I feel sorry for her. Her money's not going to pay her way out of it. You know, people don't, they think I'm crazy or whatever. I don't really care how people think I am, or they think I'm, you know, oh, he's talking crazy. You know, that's not going to happen. All this, I've seen it happen already. So if you guys want to take a chance and fill your pockets up with money and not help the people that this money was intended for, and use the resources that we got to help the people and divide it up equally. When we shot a deer in the day, we brought the deer home, everybody got a piece of that deer. Everybody ate. Today, they take the meat and we get the hooves. That's what it seems like anyway. We could do things with hoofs, but we can't eat it. So, greed is such an ugly thing. And if you have it in your bloodstream, in your soul, in your spirit, and it creates this character, this ugly, nasty character. It's not an Indian. Well, you better go get some help. You better go to the roundhouses. You better go get prayed for. Because you continue doing this, man, you're going to get sick and die somehow. But it's going to be a long suffrage that you're going to go through. That's how I see people that do things like that. And if it doesn't happen to you, you're going to watch your son or your daughter do it, or your grandkids. That's what kind of energy you create when you lie, cheat, and steal in Indian country to Indian people. That's coming straight from here. And that's coming straight from grandma and great-grandma and great-great-grandma. That's what they left here. That's the kind of people they want. Humble people, sharing people, caring people, forgiving people. That's who we really are. We're not you, council members, you know, and you don't lead us. You're not our leaders. Don't put that name on yourself. You don't lead me no place. My council members anyway. You're not leaders. You never could be my leader. Never. So don't put that name on yourself, man. It just makes you look even more stupider. Don't do that to yourself, man. Don't embarrass yourself like that because you're not a leader. So with that said, what we keep on doing is praying. You pray for people like that. When they create their own demise like that, it seems like the demise kind of hits them a little sooner than, I mean, if you would just be mad and fight and mad and, you know, then their demise holds off. Then you create your own demise by doing that. And then that's going to come after you. So, man, you know, it's like a catch-22, man. You know, what can we do? How can we get them out of there? You know, it's because they don't have elections. We're supposed to have an elections in June. We had an election, well, what was it, 4 years ago, I think, and EJ beat Tracy Avalia, she calls herself. She's supposed to be a miller. And he beat her by about 20 votes. They called the election invalid. And she wouldn't step down. She cheated. And then they had a big tribal meeting, general meeting. She got voted off the floor. She turns the lights off and wouldn't step down. She doesn't follow our Constitution. Then she has an election and only runs her family. She would let none of us in there to run against them. It was an illegal election. They had it anyway. And you know what? They won. And they had a party at the casino. And then it got in a big fight. But nothing happened. You know, nobody went to jail. Everybody went home. Next day, they probably said, oh, I'm sorry what I did. But they fought in our casino. And then we had another election. And according to our ordinance, when you have 3 people running, 3, 4 people or whatever, and you don't have 2 positions or 1 position, and nobody gets the percentage of the votes of the voters that you're supposed to get, well, you have a runoff. You take the 2 highest people, or in the case if there's 2 positions, the 4 highest people, and you have a runoff. That's according to our Constitution and ordinances. What they do, their candidate uncle, the embezzler, Curtis Anderson Jr., he wins the first round 63 to 58 on me. Another person got 12 votes, which probably might have went to me if we had to run off. And I had some families got there late and didn't vote. We probably would have got him. Well, they seated him before they had the runoff. They didn't have the runoff. So that's how they cheat. Just to fit their agenda. And it's not fair to us Indian people. And like I'm saying, 5 of them are all half Mexican or half-breeds. And they're doing it to us Indian elders. They're doing it to us Indian elders that built the reds for them, that built those houses for them, that put the water tank up there, that put that casino there to make money for us and so we can have jobs. That was the intention of the casino. When we talked about enterprises, what we're going to do, how we're going to work, we bring all the people back, what are they going to do? Lake County is not going to hire Indians. Maybe in the shed, pear sheds, or maybe in the fields, but they're not going to hire them in these business, around here. You go there right now, you won't see a lot of Indians working out in this community. And we knew that. So we had to create our own business. And bingo was the thing them days. It made money. So we went for it. And we got it. And now the people that did it are sitting in the background being disrespected by the people that did nothing. That didn't do a damn thing to build the res. They're just coming in and start taking the spoils for themselves for doing nothing. And they still aren't doing nothing, as far as I'm concerned, as an elder. I have no respect for them. But I'm praying for them. That's about all you can do. Unless we can organize